Hey there, geometry students. This is Mr. Root. Some of you last year made a vocab section. If you'd like, you can make another vocab section this year. And I'm supposed to. So, make a vocab section if you want. If you don't want to, you can just make it in your normal 1-1 notes. Today we got to talk about points, lines, and planes. So first of all, we got to define these. What are they? All right, let's start it off. A point is a location that has neither shape nor size. All right, whenever we talk about it, we always name them with capital letters, whether it's on a coordinate plane or just in space. All right, and then we just call it point A. Alright, then a line. A line is made up of points and has no thickness or width. There is exactly one line through any 2 points. Right? And then we can name lines based on their letters that they have, or their points that they have on their line. Right? Or by a lowercase letter. So, we could call this line right here point M. We could call it point PQ because those are 2 points on the line. We could call it line QP. All right, so order doesn't matter on those. All right. Also, we could just write PQ or QP with a line with arrows on both sides. Okay, make sure it has arrows on both sides because a line does go on forever. And we'll talk about lines that don't go on forever later on. Then we've got a plane. A plane is a flat surface made up of points that extend infinitely in all directions. So like a line, except it's a plane. So it's a flat surface that goes on forever. There's exactly one plane through any 3 points not on the same line. Right. When we name planes, we would just say the 3 letters on the plane. Any 3 letters, we could say plane BCD, CDB, right? Any combination, or lots of times they will just say have a little or an uppercase letter there, sometimes in italics, sometimes not, and you could just call it plane K. All right. So then we have collinear and coplanar. We have both of those have the prefix co in it, and then you take a look at their base word that's in both of them. All right, co means more than one. All right, so co-pilot, it means you're the second pilot. All right, in this case we have collinear. All right, the base word is line, so we have multiple things with a line. So collinear is when we're talking about points generally. Collinear points are points that lie on the same line. All right, there are more than one point on that same line. All right, so what do you think coplanar means? Oh yeah, things that are on the same plane. Generally points. All right, points that lie on the same plane. All right, easy enough. So today's activity or lesson, we're just going to be kind of identifying things and figuring out their relationship. Going back when we talk about planes and lines and points, we're going to be talking about intersections of things, and then they can create other points or lines or planes. All right, so example 1. Use this figure to name each of the following. All right. Okay, so we need to name a line that contains point W. Over here we have point W. And we have a lot of different names we can say for this. First of all, we've got the little lowercase letter next to the N, or next to the line, named N. So we could call it line N. Or we could use 2 points. All right, so we could call it WX, WV. Order doesn't matter. So you end up with all these different combinations. All right, so again, like we said, line N, or any two of the 4 points, any combination and any order. VW, WV, right, and so on. Now when it comes to the quiz or a test or your homework, you're just going to need to name probably one, unless it says name this line multiple ways. All right, next, whoops, I'm not going to show you that answer. All right, now we also need to name a plane containing point X. Well, point X is right here, so it's on the big plane, that kind of rectangle area. Basically, that plane is just a flat surface that goes in every direction. All right, X is on that plane, and it's also on 2 different lines. All right, but since it's on this plane, and that's the only one we can kind of see at this point, all right, we can say that it's on plane P. All right. Or, like we said earlier, we can name any 3 non-collinear points on that plane. So we could call this plane V, W, Z, all right, X, W, Z, all right, anything with Z, because Z is not on the plane. We could not call this plane W, X, Y, because there's actually multiple planes that go through these, and if we do this, if you could see my hand, or anything else, we could hold up different planes that would also hit those 3 lines. We could have a plane that goes up and down, kind of diagonal through those 3 points. But there's only one plane that's going to hit V, X, and Z, or anything with Z and any of those points. All right, so you always say it by 3 letters, any of those planes. All right. So, and just like we said, reordered, you can do it in any order. All right, so there's 36 different names for this plane. We don't need to go through all of them. All right, so we're just kind of identifying points, lines, planes, and then we'll start talking about intersections and different things along those lines in the next lesson. All right. See you guys tomorrow.